Oh boy, here we go. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up, guys? It's Will with Exposing the IWC, and we are going to be talking about a lot today. Make sure I have everything in order, which I do. Oh boy. All right. So, I was right about a lot of things, and we'll be discussing that here today. But SmackDown was interesting yesterday. The Rock showed up and delivered a promo that people don't like, apparently, which is kind of funny. So all this hype around The Rock returning and being heel, and now people are complaining about him returning and being heel, or at least the promo. They didn't love the promo. We'll talk about the promo here in a second. We'll also talk about the Elimination Chamber matchups and all that stuff. But first and foremost, what I'm going to be talking about here today is Jade Cargill for sure. Like that should be interesting. That's going to be fun for me at least because I was right. Damn it, I was right about Jade Cargill. I told you guys forever ago that Jade Cargill was going to be on Raw, and I told you forever ago that Jade Cargill was going to be in the chamber after the Royal Rumble. Now, some would ask me, well, how did you know she was going to be on Raw? Well, I knew that way. I mean, from the moment they brought Jade Cargill in to WWE, I knew she was going to be on Raw. For the simple fact of she was going to be on a different brand than Bianca Belair. That was just the obvious thing. They were never going to put Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair on the same brand. That was not going to happen under any circumstance. Okay, so I knew that was going to happen from the get-go. So as long as Bianca was on SmackDown, Jade was going to be on Raw. And I have the receipts for that if folks don't believe that I called that out a long time ago. So Jade was going to be on Raw for sure. Now, let's say you didn't know that, okay? Let's say you didn't know that Jade was going to be on Raw because of Bianca Belair. Let's say you didn't know that. She was going to be on Raw. You should have known that the second they put Tiffany and Naomi on SmackDown. Because under what world are they going to load up SmackDown with Naomi, Tiffany, and Jade? That never made any sense. You're not going to put 3 black women on one show. You're going to spread it out. Okay, so you're going to put Jade on Raw. There was no circumstance where Jade was going to be on SmackDown. Let's see what else. Once it became clear that they were doing 3-on-3, where by that I mean 3 from SmackDown and 3 from Raw, it was obvious that whoever was going to be the last person was going to be on Raw. So if Jade was going to be the last person in the chamber, she would have to be a Raw superstar. Not to mention, every time she tweeted about what show she's going to be on, she always did hashtag Raw, not SmackDown. That was another indicator. Let's see what else. It was just always obvious it was going to be on Raw, specifically because Jade is because Bianca was on SmackDown. Because if they would have put Jade Cargill on SmackDown, everyone would be saying, "Hey, that's the Mania match, Bianca versus Jade. Let's get hyped." And that's the last thing they want. The last thing they want was for folks to believe that Jade Cargill was going to pop up in the Mania match against Bianca. That just wasn't going to happen. Okay, they were not going to put these 2 women on the same brand. Okay, that's the obvious call there. Okay, it's quite obvious. Now I called this out a long time ago. Let me pull up Twitter real quick. Let's see. Let me go all the way back to. Here we go. Now I said that. Here we go. Let me just split screen real quick. Split screen. Let's go all the way back to January Um, first of all, I called this out a long time ago. Don't fall for the Triple H tease, okay? Don't fall for it. Bianca is not facing Jade at Mania. Don't fall for the trap, okay? This was never going to be the case. They were never going to put these two women on the same brand, okay? It was completely just a tease. It's what Triple H does. She's not ready for that spot, okay? The reason why they don't want them to have a Mania match is because Jade is not ready, according to him. He said a while ago, the man said that Jade is limited, okay? The most exposed anyone can be at any given time in wrestling is a one-on-one match. A one-on-one long extended match, okay? That's why she's not doing single matches now. So why would they put her in a singles match at all, let alone at Mania, when you're at your most exposed, where everyone can see your defaults or your limitations? Okay, they're not going to do that to her. They were never going to put her in that spot. So to avoid any conversation about this matchup, she was always going to go to Raw and not SmackDown. It's as simple as that. You didn't need any inside information, any news, or any like PW Insider or Dave Meltzer reports to know that one, okay? It was obvious from the jump that Jade was going to be on Raw for that very reason. Let's see what else we got here. What else? Okay. I've been called out back in January 27th. Here it is. Here's another tweet. I said, looks like we're more likely to get Becky. I said it looks like we're more likely to get Bianca versus Tiffany than Jade versus Bianca. Do you think Jade beats Bianca in Elimination Chamber? Probably not. Because again, they want to avoid any talk of Jade versus Bianca completely. So if anything, it's going to be Tiffany who eliminates Bianca more so than Jade. They're going to have another spot. They'll probably have another face-off, another back and forth. But in no way, under any circumstance, are they going to put Jade and Bianca in a singles match on Mania. And they're not even going to hint to it. So Jade will not eliminate Bianca. Bianca will not eliminate Jade. It'll be probably Tiffany or someone else. They're not doing this match. Who does she face at Mania? Maybe no one at all. If she faces anyone at Mania, it will probably be someone like a Nia Jax, somebody on Raw, okay? Spoiler alert, Jade will be on Raw. So let's look at the options here. She eliminated Nia Jax at the Rumble. So Nia Jax is a possibility. She was eliminated by Liv Morgan. I guess that's another possibility. I doubt it. That's another one. Honestly, I'm struggling to find that partner because, like I said, when it comes to being exposed, singles matches is where the wrestlers are their most exposed. All right, they're not going to put her in a match where her defaults or her limitations will be highlighted. So if anything, I would think she would be in a different type of match. The problem is I can't envision that right now. I can't envision what the match would be. But I do know whoever she faces, it will be a Raw superstar because she will be on Raw. Okay, so let's keep going. I have been consistent because, again, you don't need inside information to know what's going to happen when it comes to this stuff. So here it is, January 29th, right? The last 6 women eliminated in the Royal Rumble. They gave it to us forever ago. There's been all this debate about who's going to be in the chamber. They told us back in January when we saw the Royal Rumble. The final 6 eliminated were going to be in the chamber, okay? Becky, Naomi, Tiffany, Bianca, Jade, Liv Morgan. They gave it to us. And yet people are over there debating and looking at these news, and poor PW Insider, they put out a little news, and it got aggregated and changed to the point where people thought that Jade was not going to be in the Rumble. I think I got to come up here in a second. You'll see here. But the thing I hate about the IWC, is they just run with stuff. They don't think. It takes 2 seconds, 2 seconds of critical thinking to say, no, Jade is going to be on Raw. She's going to be on Raw. She's probably going to be in the chamber. 2 seconds. That's all it takes. But these people will run with whatever they see online. And it's so annoying. I've gotten a kick out of it. I used to be, she's constantly compared to. She's constantly compared to Bianca. So do you want that comparison right out the gate? No, you don't. You push it off till later. You don't do that. And Triple H was never going to do that anyway. Triple H teases. That's what he does. Here's again, January 29th, I said, Naomi will be going to SmackDown, which means Jade will be going to Raw. There's so many different indicators as to why that was happening. The fact that people allow these rumors and these supposed news to like change their minds is crazy. Jade's going to Raw. Again, Jade's going to Raw. Consistent. Jade is going to Raw. Jade is going to Raw. Jade's going to Raw. Over and over and over again. Now, so it's obvious to me that she's going to Raw. So let me find that PW Insider report real quick. Here it is. Oh, here it is. So this thing came out. WWE has reportedly scrapped plans for Jade Cargill to be involved in the Elimination Chamber match to determine Rhea Ripley's WrestleMania opponents. The original plan would have purportedly seen her win the last chance battle royal on SmackDown. Couple things. First of all, this match is not on SmackDown. That should have been a big indicator that something's up. The battle royal is on Raw, not SmackDown. That's number one. So they can't even get the brand right. Number two, PW Insider then came out an hour later and say, oh, by the way, guys, this is wrong. This is not going to be, it was aggregated wrong. What I think I actually have the actual thing they said here. Let's see, where was it? Oh, this is, by the way, this is the same PW Insider that said that Tiffany was going to be on Raw. Like, either they're getting the information wrong or people are just aggregating the content wrong. Like, so here's the, I think I have it quoted up here. So here it is. So Mike from PW Insider comes out and he says, incorrect reports floating around on Twitter. We reported about Jade Cargill. In the elite section, I actually stated the original plan for her and that 2 days ago, there was word that may change and that she would be on SmackDown. So stay tuned. So she was on SmackDown the last couple of weeks, making her decision. A decision that will ultimately end up with her being on Raw. If you watch the clip of her, I don't know if I have the clip, if they have the clip on Twitter here. I have to go find it. If you actually watch the clip, you go to WWE Twitter page, they may have it here. So let's say you didn't know. Let's say all the stuff I just said you didn't pick up on, and it wasn't obvious to you. Once you saw this clip on SmackDown, it's been very clear to you that she's going to Raw. Let's see, where is it here? Is it up here? It should be here in video format. I'm going way too far back. They didn't upload that on Twitter? Maybe not. Well, anyway. Let's see if I can find. Okay, now I want you to look at Jade. Look at Jade here, okay? At the beginning of the clip, Jade is upset with her contract. Look, she's like, I don't know about this. I don't know. See that? She's not liking her SmackDown contract, all right? So they're telling you in the clips what's going on here. Look, she's upset. I don't like that. I don't like it. No, I'm not feeling it. She's not feeling that SmackDown contract because she was never going to SmackDown. She was always going to Raw, right? And at the end of the damn clip, you see her push her contract away. Look, she pushes it. Like, nah, I don't want this. Peace out. She pushes the contract out of the way. She didn't even take it with her. You know why she didn't take it with her? Because she's going to Raw. Okay. So this was like the last indicator, like the last clue, guys. She's going to Raw, but she was never going to Raw to begin with because they were never going to put her and Bianca on the same show. Now, I think she's in it, but let's say if she don't make Chamber, who's her backup pick? If she were to get injured, let's say she got injured, unfortunately, I would put in either Zoe Stark or like a Piper Niven. I would not put Indy Hartwell in. I think people are crazy. I don't like Indy Hartwell as a performer. This match is stacked. You want to put the people in the chamber that are going to match that star power to a certain extent. And Indy Hartwell is not going to cut it. I'll put Zoe Stark in there. I'll put maybe Piper Niven because they bring something different. But yeah, it's going to be Jade. It's going to be Jade. Yeah, she looked frustrated with her contract. Like, I don't want this. She's going to Raw, okay? That was just the final nail in the coffin for you. If you didn't know, the final clue. Plus, SmackDown's already loaded with talent in the women's roster, correct? Mike Johnson of PW Insider reported that Jade won't be in the chamber, but then tweeted, yeah, you got it. He tweeted here. Well, he didn't say that. According to him, this report was wrong, okay? He's saying this is misinformation, and honestly, I believe him. It says that Battle Royal is on SmackDown, which is wrong. These people just, Cultaholic tweeted this. People ran with it. Oh, this is a fact. For like a good 2 days, everyone is talking about how Jade is going to damn SmackDown, and that's never going to happen. And then PW Insider came out and said, oh, by the way, guys, no, that's wrong. What I said was the plan may change, and she will be on SmackDown, which she was. She has been on SmackDown the last few weeks. But all of this is to set her up to make the Raw decision on Raw. The Raw decision on Raw. She's going to be on Raw. She's going to, this upcoming Monday, she will sign her contract and she will enter the Battle Royal and she will win, okay? They told us weeks ago what the chamber match was going to be, okay? They told us. The final 6 eliminated. That was always going to be the chamber participants, always. So, that is why Jade was going to be on Raw. Broke it down for you, okay? You didn't need any inside information or anything like that, okay? She's going to be on Raw. Now, the topic of the chamber. So I tweeted out that Jade was going to be in the chamber, right? Because of the last 6 eliminated, because of, you know, all these teases and all these situations, right? People said, no, this is bad. We don't want her in the chamber. We want her not to be in the chamber because we don't want her to take a pin. Okay. And this tracked up a bunch of debates about whether it makes sense or not. So I tweeted some snarky tweets, right? There's nothing wrong with taking a pin. There's absolutely nothing wrong with taking a pin in a match as long as you are protected, as long as it makes sense, okay? Jade Cargill, look at this tweet. Putting Jade in the chamber match just to have her lose will kill all of her aura from this moment. Okay. So this is something I saw all the time about her aura and her presence in her debut being ruined if she gets pinned. First of all, these same people who are upset about potentially her taking a pin are the same folks that would have flipped their wig if you told them, hey, by the way, Liv Morgan is going to eliminate Jade. If they say otherwise, they're lying. They would have flipped out. Have you told them before the Rumble that Jade Cargill was going to get eliminated by little old Liv, okay? They would have flipped out. The reason why they didn't, because they saw the match. They saw what happened. They saw how good of a showing she had. She had a good presence. She had a great moment. People don't remember what happened, like the little stuff like who gets pinned. People don't remember that, okay? And I'll show you that in a second. I'll prove that point in a second, okay? What matters is her showing how good she looks. Does she make an impression? Does she have maybe some pinfall victories, okay? When you have Elimination Chamber, everyone has to get pinned. That means Bianca, Naomi, Jade, Tiffany, everyone has to get pinned but one. So as long as you make that person have pinfalls, as long as you make her look good, there's nothing wrong with taking a pin. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. People talk about them hurting, this is going to hurt her debut or hurt her or some kind of knock her somehow. Let's play it out. Play it out. She gets pinned in the chamber. What happens? Tell me. Worst case scenario. What happens? She gets pinned. Now what? Tell me the doomsday scenario that you're so worried about. Tell me. She gets pinned. Did she retire? Does her career end? Does everybody have a bad look about her? Like, what's the downside of this? This is all fiction. It's all make-believe. You're as strong as how creative wants you to look, okay? The only way a pinfall hurts Jade Cargill is if they want it to hurt her. Period. If she gets pinned and the next week she goes on a tear and beats up every damn woman in the locker room, then what, okay? It's all about the follow through. It's all about the like what happens next. It's all make believe. It's all fake. It's all fiction. Okay, you're only as strong as the booking. And if they want the pinfall to hurt you, it will hurt you. If they don't want it to hurt you, it won't. She will look strong in this match. She will have a good showing, and that'll be it. Like some of the excuses for like, oh, this is her first PLE, her second PLE. Like who cares? Like you gotta get out of that mindset. That old-fashioned mindset of people can't take pins because it makes them look weak. No, you make the person look strong. Simple as that. Like that's all it takes. Like some of these like responses I'm getting is just quite frankly asinine. Let's see. Which is the point I made about the Liv Morgan thing, but like I've been getting a lot of like comments about here. Jade still hasn't debuted and had one singles match to introduce herself to the audience. So it doesn't make any sense. Like you have to get out of that old fashioned mindset of pro wrestling, okay? Jade Cargill is not going on an undefeated streak like AEW, okay? She's a superstar they're bringing in, they're highlighting. The reason why you care about her is because they hyped her up, okay? The machine hyped her up. She didn't just walk into WWE, oh, I'm Jade Cargill, everybody look at me. You care about her because of her presentation, because of the way the WWE has hyped her up. Because this is fiction, they have to pin, right? They can make her look as big or as popular or as strong as they want. It's all fiction. They control it. So you're worried about her taking a pin when literally the people who are making her take the pin control the rest of her journey. Okay? It's not like she's gonna go take a pin and go to catering. If she takes a pin, she'll be made to look strong next time. And actually in the match, she's gonna be made to look strong. That's my point. She's not gonna walk in there and just lay down on the ground. She's gonna have a good showing. Okay? Let me ask a question for those of you in the chat. Let me ask a question about Jade Cargill in the chamber. Do you remember who won? And answer in the chat for me. Who won last year's chamber? Please let me know. Who won the last year's women's chamber match? Who won? Let me know who won in the chamber match. Oops. Let me know who won. Who won the women's chamber last year? Do you even remember off the top of your head? Quick. 10, 9, 8, 7. No Googling. Who won the women's chamber last year? 5, 4. Asuka. Correct. Asuka. Matter of fact, let me take off. I'm gonna do something for you guys. I'm gonna take off the slow mode. There's not much people tweeting it, messaging here anyway. Correct. Now I have another question for you. Name the other participants. Can you? Because I sure can't. I have to Google it. I have no idea who were the other participants. Do you guys remember who pinned who? Because I sure as hell don't. Okay? I don't remember who pinned who. I don't remember the sequence. I don't remember how it happened. I just remember that Asuka won. Now, I have one more question for you. Do you remember I don't remember, was Liv Morgan in the chamber last year? I think she was. Was she in the chamber last year? Now I'm curious. Now I have to look it up. I might have to look it up now. Was she in the chamber? I think she was. See, look, that's my point. I don't remember. I don't even know. Like, people are so worried about the wrong things. Like, I don't remember who pinned who. I just remember Asuka won. Like, that's all I remember. Let me look it up real quick. Women's Elimination Chamber 2023. Who was in this match? Okay. I remember now. Okay. Check this out. Okay. Asuka, Carmella, Liv Morgan, Natalya, Nikki Cross, and Raquel. Asuka tapped out Carmella and won. Okay. Let me ask you a question. I don't remember that at all. I didn't remember that at all. Do you guys remember there was a spot in this match that involved Liv Morgan? Do you remember that? There was a big time spot that Liv Morgan had in this match. Do you remember what it was? That's all I'm going to say. There was a spot involving Liv Morgan. Do you know what I'm talking about? I want to see who can remember it. I'm trying to prove a point here. Liv has been in every one of them. Becky and Bianca has to be the final two. There was a big time spot that everyone freaked out about that Liv Morgan had. Do you remember what it was? You said yes. What was it? Deja Route. What was the spot? Thank you, David. The spot where Liv Morgan powerbombed Raquel. Exactly. People don't remember who pinned who or the sequences of pins. What you remember are the big moments, the wow moments, the moment to make you say, holy shit, right? That's what people remember. No one is going to remember who pinned Jade Cargill or how it happened. For example, like a point I'm making right now, what you're going to remember is the spot. I don't remember who eliminated Liv Morgan. I don't remember who eliminated Raquel. I didn't remember that Asuka tapped Carmella. What I remember was Asuka winning and Liv Morgan had that big time powerbomb to Raquel. That's all I remember. That is what's important. Jade Cargill doesn't matter if she gets pinned. What matters is, does she have a big time performance in a spot that everyone says, wow, she's amazing. Look at this amazing woman. That's all that matters. People, 5 years from now, people are not going to remember that Liv Morgan eliminated Jade Cargill in the Rumble. What they're going to remember is What they're going to remember is Jade Cargill lifted up Nia Jax on her shoulders and eliminated her, because that was the big time, big spot, the memorable moment. You remember moments. You don't remember who pinned who or sequences that happened. You remember the big moments. That's what I'm saying, okay? So it doesn't matter if Jade Cargill gets pinned. You're not going to remember that. What you're going to remember is the big spot, the big moment that she had in the match. That's all. I just proved my point just there. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about who pins who or how. That doesn't matter. She's going to have a good showing, okay? Period. She's going to have a good showing. That's all that anyone should care about, okay? She's probably going to have like 1 or 2 eliminations herself, and then she'll get pinned. And it'll actually be like a sneaky pin or like a roll up or something like that, or a cheating pin. It won't be like, oh, we're going to knock her out. They'll take care of her in the match. This whole entire discussion about Jade Cargill in the chamber, it's going to be look like later on after the match, people are going to be making fun of themselves because of how much they worried about something that did not matter. This does not matter whatsoever. Once the match happens, you'll look back on it, you'll say, oh, look, wow, it was actually a good performance. They treated her well. There's nothing to worry about at all, okay? There's nothing to worry about at all. I don't want to see you get the Jade move. I just don't. I just want to see someone get the Jade move done on them. You mean the Jaded? Oh yeah, Jaded. Yeah, Jaded. That'll probably happen in the chamber, and she'll probably get like 2 eliminations, 1 or 2. Okay. Jade will eliminate Liv and Tiffany. I can see that for sure. My point is, it's nothing to worry about. That's all. It's absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay, so I think that's all I want to talk about with Jade. Let me check real quick. Just the whole entire topic was just like crazy to me that people were so worried about pinfall victories. We're not even going to remember it. You're not going to remember who pinned who a year from now. You're just going to remember the big time spots and the big moments. That's it. That's all you're going to remember. But I think that's all I needed to say about Jade. She'll be on Raw. She'll be in the chamber match. You're going to like it, okay? You are going to like it. Don't believe every report that comes out there. Think about it yourself first. Think about it for a second. Make sure it makes sense to you before you jump on the, oh my God, this is wholly happening bandwagon, okay? Bianca Belair will not be facing Jade at Mania. That's not going to happen. Okay, she'll probably be facing Tiffany Stratton. I don't know if some of you guys saw the spoilers for SmackDown, but things happened. And yeah, we may be getting Tiffany versus Bianca, potentially. We'll see. But I think that's where we're headed to. Bianca versus Tiffany, Becky versus Rhea, Jade versus, I don't know, but it won't be Bianca. She will be on Raw. Okay. Now let's talk about maybe Becky. Who eliminates Naomi? Somebody. Ultimately, it won't matter anyway. Because like I said, you won't remember it anyway, right? Someone will eliminate Naomi. Do I think it's a good chance that Tiffany will eliminate Bianca now, simply because I think that's where they're headed. So either Bianca will eliminate Tiffany, or Tiffany will eliminate Bianca. By the way, want to talk about another indicator of where this was headed to? Check this out. Do you think it was a coincidence that they had this visual? Do you think it was a coincidence that they had Tiffany holding onto Bianca's hair during the Rumble? It wasn't. This is the program. This is it. Tiffany versus Bianca is a program of some sorts. I can't guarantee you this is the Mania match, but this is a program right now. I think it will lead to Mania. We will see. But this is not an accident, okay? Tiffany grabbing onto Bianca's hair at the Rumble is not an accident. The final 6 eliminated being the chamber participants is not an accident, okay? This is all intentional. Will Tiffany pin Bianca clean? In a chamber match? Well, anything goes. So will Bianca be made to look weak? No. I'll say that. Period. Bianca will be strong. Jade will be strong. Obviously, Becky, who wins the damn thing, will be strong. If anything, I think Becky will be more crafty in the match. I think she'll win, but she'll be using her craftiness, not so much her power or strength, right? She'll be using her smarts to get the job done in the chamber. Becky and Liv will most likely be the last 2 in the chamber. I don't know about that one. Based on the storylines, I would say yes, because those 2 are the ones who are most likely, or the 2 that are gunning for Rhea the most. I would say yeah for sure, but I would not guarantee that at all. Tiffany will lose to Bianca at Mania, of course. Bianca is winning. Whatever match Bianca gets, she's winning. Period. I think Asuka and Kairi are going to have you said that you think Bianca might win the tag titles. I think Bianca will be facing Tiffany. I think Triple H wants to give the Kabuki Warriors a long run. I think the Kabuki Warriors with Asuka and Kairi, they're going to have a long run with the belts. I think they'll win at Mania. Whoever they face, I think they win. So yeah, that's where this headed to. Bianca versus Tiffany. Like I said here we go. Here it is. said it's clear at this point where it's headed to. They put Bianca on. They put Tiffany on SmackDown for this match. So here's the thing, guys. Tiffany is replacing Charlotte Flair. If Charlotte Flair was healthy, Charlotte Flair would be in the chamber. I think we all agree with that. Charlotte Flair would have been in the chamber, but because of her injury, they had to make a swerve. They had to make a decision. We can have who are we going to have Bianca face? It's going to be Charlotte Flair, but she's out. What do we do? Let's call up Tiffany. If it wasn't for Bianca, if it wasn't for Charlotte Flair's injury, Sydney Stratton would still be in NXT. She will still be there. They called her up for this program, for this spot, because Charlotte Flair is out. She would still be in NXT if it wasn't for the Charlotte Flair injury. For sure, without a doubt. Okay? Because literally, Charlotte Flair is the person that would be in this chamber spot. Obviously, you're not going to leave Charlotte Flair out of the chamber. She would have been in there. This spot has been given to Tiffany Stratton because of Charlotte Flair's injury. All right? This entire program is happening because Charlotte Flair is out. Hey, Bianca, you're going to have a Charlotte Flair match. She's out. What are we going to do? Oh, Tiffany Stratton, she's good. She had a great match with Becky Lynch down in NXT. We believe in her. Let's give her this opportunity. She came up. She beat Michin. She beat Zelina Vega. And now they're going to set her up for this program with Bianca. And that is very much clear. No, Charlotte Flair will come back on SmackDown. Charlotte Flair, we don't have to worry about Charlotte Flair. We're going to have a draft before that anyway. So whenever we have the draft, Tiffany Stratton will be on the same show as Ludwig Kaiser, her significant other, and that'll be that. But for the program leading up to Mania, for this few months, not even a few months, 2 months, this little short program to Mania, she's on SmackDown because of Bianca Belair. That's why she confronted her. Literally, her first debut on SmackDown, she said, "I'm not afraid to step to the baddest woman in WWE." She literally stepped to Bianca. This is the program. She walked right up to Bianca. They're telling you, this stuff is not that hard to figure out. They're letting you know what's happening. It's really not that hard. You don't need any like insider information or any PW insider. Okay. So that's that. So Jade will be in the chamber. She's going to be on Monday Night Raw. Tiffany was brought to SmackDown to face Bianca Belair. They're going to have a program. That's kind of the women's stories that I wanted to talk about. There was a little thing about a little damage control thing involving Bayley and Dakota. Dakota walked up to Bayley and said, "Hey, Bayley, did you see that promo they cut on me? I'm worried. They're going to come get me." Bayley's like, "I'm sorry, Dakota. I can't trust you. I don't know who to trust right now. Go away. Leave me alone. I'm not trying to talk to you right now." And that's that, Dakota. Sorry. So very small damage control segment. Maybe the second taping will give us something different. Probably we'll get something more on the second taping. But in terms of today or last night, wasn't much for damage control. Dakota wants Bayley's help. Bayley wants nothing to do with Dakota. And that's kind of it. Asuka and Kairi and Io Sky have embraced the damage control name. They will remain as damage control. A lot of people don't like that. There are a lot of people who do not like the damage control name. What do you guys think? Are you guys okay with Asuka, Kairi, and Asuka, Kairi, and Io still having the damage control name? I think it's fine. I think it's cool. There's nothing wrong with damage control living on past Bayley. I don't think you have to change the name or anything like that. Damage control is fine. Let it have some legacy. It continues on with Io Sky running it. I think it's fine. Bayley is beating Io at Mania. I agree. Do you see Bianca winning a world title for the 4th time this year? I could see Bianca Belair winning a title if they start the Bianca Belair Rhea Ripley feud immediately after the draft, after the Backlash match. I'm assuming. Well, I'm assuming. I don't really have any real evidence for this, but I believe that Liv Morgan will probably face Rhea Ripley at Backlash. Simply because Liv Morgan had this whole revenge tour, a tour that I don't believe is will be happening leading up to Mania. Okay, so unless you plan on completely embarrassing Liv Morgan, she has to have a revenge tour ultimately at some point. So I have Becky Lynch winning the Chamber, facing Rhea Ripley. After Mania, you start the Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley story. Rhea Ripley beats Liv Morgan at Backlash. You have the WWE draft, and then you put Bianca and Rhea Ripley on the same show. If they put Bianca and Rhea Ripley on the same show, and they immediately kick off a long-term rivalry, then I could see Bianca beating Rhea at some point. Then maybe this year, and then maybe Rhea Ripley gets it back, and that leads to Mania. Okay, so it's possible if they start the feud early that Bianca could beat Rhea Ripley, maybe at SummerSlam or maybe at a earlier PLE, and then Rhea Ripley could get it back. They could do like a trilogy. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, but I do believe it's possible if they start the Rhea Ripley feud now. Liv Morgan revenge tour is boring. Well, it's not the focus right now, right? The focus is Becky Lynch. So maybe once the feud gets kicked up, you won't feel that way about it. Maybe you'll feel it's better storytelling. But right now, you are correct to say that it's kind of on the back burner. It's kind of like a one-sided revenge tour right now. That's the issue with having Liv Morgan come out now and talk about the revenge tour. Because you're thinking, why don't you now just go after Rhea Ripley now? Like, why don't you just attack her now? Go at her neck now. Like, what are you waiting for? That's the thing, right? That's the problem with these competing storylines. One storyline is a priority, the Becky Lynch storyline. So Liv Morgan cannot make her move on Rhea. So it feels kind of weird that she's talking about this revenge tour. We're like, Liv Morgan, Rhea's right there on the same show as you. Why don't you go attack her, or why don't you go confront her, right? But she can't because the actual storyline is for Becky right now. So it comes off kind of weird for Liv Morgan, right? You're talking about this revenge tour, but you're not doing anything. Like, why aren't you going after Rhea? What's stopping you? Go after Rhea Ripley now. She can't because in reality, the story is Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley right now. So it almost would have been better off for Liv Morgan to return later on. But you can't do that because Liv Morgan, she's healthy. She has to go. She can go. Let her be in the Rumble. Let her be in the Chamber, right? But she won't be able to actually do anything in terms of her revenge tour because of the storyline that's currently in place with Becky. That's the problem. So until Becky Lynch is done, which I believe will be in Mania, you can't really do anything substantial or creative or interesting with the revenge tour because Becky Lynch is priority. Will Liv win? Will Rhea win if she faces Bianca at Mania 41? No. Bianca Belair's Mania streak is a real thing, and they're invested in that thing. If she faces Rhea Ripley at 41, Bianca will win. I am confident with that. I believe this revenge tour, the revenge tour, I believe the Mania streak they are invested in, truly. That's another thing to think about with Bianca Belair. She's blessed. She's truly blessed. She has a Mania story every year. Every year. They don't do non-title singles feuds for women, okay? The women do not get non-title singles feuds. But Bianca gets one. And because of this streak she has, every year another woman will have an opportunity to be on Mania that's not fighting for a title, potentially. Now, if Bianca is going for a title, that's the one thing, then all bets are off. But if she's not going for a title, she's always going to have a non-title match on Mania, which is another women's match on Mania every year. I think more times than not, Bianca will be facing someone for the title, but this year she will have a singles match, and she will have someone else in the match with her, obviously, like a Tiffany Stratton, and they will be highlighted in a non-title fashion, which I think is great for the women. So Bianca's streak is going to be good for women's wrestling on the Mania scene because of that. Cover they're invested in the streak. So that's cool for the women. But I do believe most of the time she will be in the title matches, so it won't really matter, right? That's the thing. I don't want to see Bianca immediately losing her long. Yeah. She won't. She's not gonna work. You don't need to worry about that. Bianca will have a long Mania streak. When she faces Rhea Ripley at Mania, she will win. She will win. At least initially. Down the road, maybe something else will happen. But her streak is something they are actually invested in, and she's always bringing it up in her interviews and stuff like that. We won't see the draft happen until late 2024. What made you say that, sir? What made you say that? Last draft was in May, right? WWE draft 2023. Check this out, sir. Draft. May the 1st and April 28th. The draft happened 4 weeks after Mania, 3-4 weeks after Mania last year. The same thing will happen this year. The draft will happen 4 to 5 weeks after Mania, just like it did last year. Okay, nothing to worry about. This is a new era. This isn't Vince McMahon. This is Triple H. Triple H has to draft right after Mania, so then you can start new stories. All right, you don't need to worry about that. Yep, after Backlash, in and around Backlash time, right? I believe this one was like in between, like something like that. But yeah, it's right around Backlash. So that's why I'm saying Liv Morgan will have her Backlash match. At least that's what I would do. I would have Liv Morgan face Rhea Ripley at Backlash. Then you have the draft, shake things up. Liv Morgan, I would think would turn heel for me at least. And then you can have Bianca and Rhea on the same show, and then you kick off the damn feud that you've been holding out on for so damn long, Triple H. Do the damn feud, for crying out loud. Started Bianca versus Rhea in 2024. Right. So I talked about Jade, talked about Tiffany. Let's go ahead and talk about what happened on SmackDown, okay? So we had these matches that resulted in this match card here. This is a stacked show. This is a stacked show, I believe. Look at this talent in this match. KO, LA Knight, yeah. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, and Logan Paul. This is stacked, folks. This is stacked with star power. I believe Drew McIntyre is winning this. He's doing the best work. He's doing the best character work. He is on fire right now as a heel. I believe Drew is winning this, and rightfully so. The final two will be Drew and Randy Orton. Saying that right now. Final two, Drew and Randy. And I believe Drew will get the pinfall. And Drew, we're heading to WrestleMania to face Seth Rollins. Do you disagree with me? Yes or no? I believe it's going to be Drew. It's going to be Drew. But what say you? Not giving the people a triple threat match main to make everyone happy, Liv Morgan fans and Becky Lynch fans. I don't think that's happening. I think I addressed that in my latest video. If you guys haven't seen it, I put out a video discussing Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch at Mania. And I said I did not love the idea of a triple threat match. The only thing that would happen is Jade Cargill would come up. No, the only thing that would happen is Liv Morgan would take the pin for sure. I don't know how you finagle that. I think Liv Morgan should have her own match against Rhea Ripley, okay? No triple threat. Let her have her own match. What if Randy Orton wins? I would be surprised. Randy Orton is a babyface. They typically don't do babyface versus babyface at the Mania. I would think that it will be Drew more so than Randy. They did have a face-off with Drew and Randy. That's the final two for sure. Is it possible? Sure. I'll be surprised. I think it will be Drew McIntyre. If Drew wins the Elimination Chamber, I could see Drew lose at WrestleMania. Yeah, I could see that too. In fact, how does Damian Priest briefcase play into it? I could see a situation where Seth Rollins still beats Drew McIntyre, and then you have a cash in. Then Damian Priest cashes in on Seth at Mania, which would be crazy because Seth Rollins is notorious for his cash in at Mania. So that could be cool to have Damian Priest do the same to Seth insert himself into the match, and then Damian Priest could win potentially, or Drew McIntyre could pin Damian Priest, and that would really suck for Damian. To cash in at Mania and still lose? Oh boy, that'd be crazy. Who pins Logan Paul and Liv Morgan will have a Mania match? I don't know what Liv Morgan's match will be for now. Maybe that's a tough one. I don't know. Probably she will. Maybe they should have some kind of like a battle royal or some type of fatal 4-way. Winner faces the champion at Backlash. That way, Liv Morgan can win that, and that'll be her ticket to the Backlash match against Rhea. Because I do believe Rhea is beating Becky Lynch no matter what. So they could do that, you know. Have Rhea Ripley beat Becky Lynch and then face Liv Morgan. They could do that. So you think Rhea will break Becky Lynch's 140? Yes, Becky Lynch. So you think Rhea Ripley would break Bianca's record of 119 days? I do believe so. I believe it. And the way they'll justify it, they'll say that Bianca still has the longest Raw Women's Championship record, which is true, right? She's still the longest Raw reigning champion ever. And that's how they'll justify it. They'll say Bianca, because she's already been saying that, if you noticed in her interviews, Bianca is not saying she's the longest reigning modern day champion. What she's saying is, I'm the longest ever Raw Women's Champion, and they can't take that away from me because they retired that title of Raw Women's Champion. So I'm forever the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion. That's what she's saying now in interviews. She's not talking about being the longest of the modern era. I think Rhea Ripley is beating that for sure. She's beating Becky Lynch. She's beating whoever she faces at Backlash. And I do believe Bianca's longest reigning champion of the modern era reign or status will go to Rhea Ripley. I do believe that. Rhea's beating Becky for sure. Not everybody can go to WrestleMania. Too much talent. I agree. Unfortunately, people like Liv, people like Naomi potentially may not have a spot at Mania. That's the case. So like I said about this match here, Drew, I'll be surprised if anyone other than Drew won. I think Logan Paul will have a big spot in the match. This is like a lot of heavy hitters. I think the Perth pay-per-view, people are worried about it. I think it's going to be sneaky good. I think the Perth pay-per-view or PLE in Australia will be good. I don't think you need to worry about this PLE. I think it'll be good. Now Braun is on SmackDown. Road to be the next main event. Braun Breaker, I don't know who he faces. They could have him face Logan Paul at Mania. They may try to do some weird thing with him and Baron Corbin on SmackDown because they are currently the NXT Tag Team Champions. But I think Braun will ultimately be a Paul Heyman guy. That's where this is going to. I think Braun Breaker will be a Paul Heyman guy. You're going to have Braun Breaker. Once he's done with the Roman Reigns, it's going to be Braun and Paul Heyman for sure. That's where this is going. Don't count out Becky. Oh, I'm counting her out. I'm counting her out, folks. I would be surprised. Here's the thing, guys. Do you see the vision here? Do you see the vision? Do you see the vision here? Let me pull up Rhea, Bianca, 2K. This is my thought process here, goes. You could disagree, but this is what I'm thinking about when it comes to Bianca and Rhea here. Give me 1 second. Bianca and Rhea. I've talked about this before, but talk about it again. This is not coming out how it's supposed to come out. Let's see. Stop. Paste here. Pull this up here. Okay. Cool. All right, here's share my screen. All right. Here's the thing. They are setting us up for this feud, okay? They've always been setting us up. They've always been setting us up for this feud. Bianca Belair had 2 Mania wins against 4 horsewomen, right? She had Sasha Banks win, and she had the Becky Lynch win. They did not want to do this match because Triple H wanted to build Rhea Ripley up. They've teased this match a couple of times. The Raw after Mania, Rhea Ripley said Bianca's lucky that she didn't choose her. And Bianca said, when you're ready, we'll see who's the best of the best. When you're ready, right? Since then, she's beaten Charlotte Flair at Mania, and now they're going to give her another 4 horsewomen win. She's going to beat Becky Lynch. So then Bianca will have 2 Mania wins against 4 horsewomen, and Rhea Ripley will have 2 Mania wins against 4 horsewomen, okay? It's all lining up. She's going to beat Becky. She will beat Becky, okay? I have a hard time believing good old Triple H is going to have his girl lose her first Mania defense. All right? It's one thing to win the match. It's one thing to win at Mania. It's another thing to defend at Mania. It's a different ball game. I don't buy that Becky Lynch, who has not signed her contract yet, by the way, someone who is in negotiations, I do not buy that he's going to take the belt off his girl, his daughter, Rhea Ripley, and put it on Becky right now in her first Mania defense. Mommy is going to be on top, okay? That's just how I see it. Mommy is not losing. This is the ultimate end game for Triple H. This feud. They had Bianca built up. They had to build Rhea Ripley up. Now they're both up. Now this can actually happen. Finish the story, right? That's the tagline of this whole game, right? Finish the story. Cody Rhodes is finishing the story in his game, right? And this story is being started. This is the story that's going to be started. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley is not losing at Mania. How about this? A lot of people like being wrong. I'm not wrong very often. I am wrong sometimes, but not often. Come back to me. Remind me. Deja, remind me. Come back at me. When Rhea Ripley beats Becky Lynch at Mania, come back. But yeah, this not. I'm not worried about this at all. Rhea Ripley will retain. She will retain for sure. Did y'all see Jade Cargill's little write up? Check this out. She's officially going to be on Raw, but they don't have that here yet. It says, believe the hype. Jade Cargill has arrived in WWE, and is ready to shake up the game. A marquee signing, Cargill brings the well-rounded resume. Okay, sure. And the look of a superhero. That's true. That has made her one of the fastest rising stars in the industry. Cargill signed with the WWE in September of 2023 and didn't waste any time in putting the likes of Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte Flair and Bayley on notice during her first day. So this is interesting because she didn't have interaction with anybody. She had interaction with Charlotte Flair, but that's it. So I don't know what you mean. I don't know what she means by on notice. I guess it means in the Rumble. I guess the announcement of her arrival has met with overwhelming excitement, with social media views topping 20 million as the WWE universe erupted in anticipation for her first appearance. Cargill instantly met the hype with her in-ring debut at the Royal Rumble, eliminating 3 superstars, including Becky Lynch. That's true. In a show-stopping performance where she was the penultimate superstar to be eliminated. With an impressive debut like this, the only question left is which brand will she ultimately pick? Okay, great. It's going to be Raw. Mommy is a main draw. What if we don't see Rhea Ripley versus Bianca at WrestleMania 41? Oh, if we don't, I give up. I agree. If we don't get that match in the main event, then we'll never get a women's match in the main event ever again. Bianca versus Rhea is the Mania match that could get a main event booking. Night 1, of course, right? That's the only way. I don't see any other matchup, especially next year. There's no other matchup next year that could do it. You're getting Becky versus Rhea now. There's no other matchup beyond Bianca versus Rhea that could get a Mania spot, I don't think. Have you guys seen the people talking about The Rock's promo? Let's talk about The Rock's promo. So The Rock came down there, all the hype about The Rock's promo. The man came down there and cut a promo. He said that, a bunch of inbreds, trailer park crash, like typical Rock lines. He talked about how I'm gonna smack the herpes off your lip, stuff like that. The big talking point from the Rock promo is the fact that they're bringing in the real world situations, the real world anchor. The Rock 100% wanted to do a match with Roman in the main event. The fans rejected it, right? So he's pissed. He's legitimately upset. And he worked that into his heel character. So the heel character is upset that the fans did not want him versus Roman. That's what's driving him. And now he's going to make sure that Cody does not finish his story, even though some people were pointing out the fact that it looked like he was pointing at Roman Reigns when he said that. Like he pointed at Roman when he said, "You're not going to finish your story, or you're not going to win. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you don't win at Mania." I honestly believe that it's probably just a mistake. Like, I'm not convinced that that's intentional, especially considering how weird the promo was. Like, he's comparing Cody Rhodes not winning at Mania to sports. Like, the Super Bowl champions won, and the losers went home with the heads held high like men, right? That's what Cody did. Cody left, went home, got back, won the Royal Rumble again to get back to the spot. So the analogy does not work, because Cody went home and then dusted his shoulders off, got back at Mania by winning the Royal Rumble. So this analogy that Cody Rhodes is a sore loser who didn't go home with his head held high doesn't make sense. He did go home. He did accept the loss. He worked himself back up to the Mania spot. So the promo didn't really work. It wasn't a great promo. I will say that. It was not a great Rock promo. It was fine. It did its job, but the promo was not great. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Like, people saying it's trash. It's not a trash promo. It's not trash. It was just fine. So here's the thing that people are talking about right now. People are saying that he pointed at Roman. He said that Roman will lose at Mania, right? I'm not convinced. I mean, maybe it is intentional. Maybe it is. You tell me. Do you think it's intentional? Do you think he's actually pointing at Roman to tell a story that he's going to screw Roman Reigns at Mania? Let me know. Glad the What Chants are coming back. I hate the What Chants. What are you talking about? The Rock cuts the same promo every time, kind of. The Rock 100% right. You and Cody Rhodes crybabies are too much. No, he's not right. He's not right, okay? The fans get what they want. The fans don't want it, he's wrong. But as far as his point, do you guys think he's actually pointing at Roman and he's foreshadowing, or he's hinting that Roman will be the one to lose because he's going to make sure of it? I love the Rock promo. The first time I've seen him talking like this in a while, over 20 years, big moment. The Rock is not good on the mic anymore. I wouldn't say that. That's a stretch. It was just kind of like, it's just kind of formulaic. He wasn't really saying much. The big takeaway was that he's in the Bloodline. That's the big takeaway, and that he is. That's kind of it. That's kind of the takeaway here. He's in the Bloodline, and the reason why he's upset is because the fans rejected the main event of Roman versus The Rock. That's why he's upset. Roman is losing at Mania. I agree. So you do believe that the point was intentional? I guess so. I can see that. Let me see. I think there's another video of it here. So here's The Rock being all chummy with the fans afterwards. He's a heel, but he's still The Rock after all. He had to give a kid a fist bump. Nice Rock there. Oh, look at that. See, he can't help but be a nice guy. I'm happy The Rock is back. I just didn't want him in the main event against Roman Reigns. That's all. But I'm happy he's back. So I thought the promo The Rock delivered accomplished the goal it wanted to accomplish. He established that he was a heel. He made it clear that he's going after Cody Rhodes. Would I've wanted more meat on the bone? Sure, but it's a double taping. Remember, it's a double taping. So they have to split the ideas for the two shows. So maybe he has this promo today, and then next week we'll get another segment where he lays out his plan or something like that to take down Cody Rhodes. I don't know. But I thought it was fine. Who's going to win, Jimmy versus Jay? Jay. That's a good question. I don't know if they're going to do that match at Mania. I think they will. Oh yeah, Braun Breaker. That's another thing. Braun Breaker signed to SmackDown. Which should have been another indicator that Jade is going to Raw. Because what kind of nonsense is this where SmackDown gets Naomi, Tiffany, Braun, and Jade? No. She was always going to go to Raw. All right. But I like Rock's promo for the most part. Well, once I like it, I like what it established. Established him as a heel officially. Was it kind of bland? Yes. Did the sport analogy work? No. But it was fine. He teased them with his catchphrases. I think it would have been better had he not said the catchphrases at all. We still gave him all of them. We still gave them the if you smell, I thought it would have been better if he didn't do that at all. Like, no catchphrases whatsoever. That would have been better. What if Stone Cold helps Cody at WrestleMania? That would be a damn sight to be so. That would be crazy, right? Possible. Jade Bianca on SmackDown is probably not the best idea. Spread the wealth. Agreed. She was never going to go to SmackDown ever. Okay. Let's see. I didn't really like. Oh no, that's spoiler. I can't show you that. Oops. That was a spoiler for the Tiffany Liv Morgan match that's happening on SmackDown. Because it's double taping. That match has already been recorded. And everybody knows what happened already. I'm not going to spoil anyone. Okay? But stuff happened. That's all I'll say. Stuff happened. Wrestling has changed. New era upon us. She's talking about this quote she's saying is from a Joe Budden podcast where Joe Budden and his crew were talking about wrestling. He talked about how Jade Cargill changed like the wrestling. I think that's what that's from. So what else we want to talk about? You know what? I'll open up the questions. You guys have any questions for me at all? I think I covered everything I want to cover. SmackDown, good matches. I thought the Logan Paul, the Miz match was very good. I thought the KO Dominic Mysterio match was good. Women's matches were good as well. Naomi is a star. Naomi killed it. She is an absolute star out there in the ring. I'm loving what Naomi's bringing. She was great in her match against Alba Fire. Go back and watch that match if you didn't watch it. Naomi did well. Thought Tiffany did well. That let me see if I can find it. That moonsault, it looked like it hurt. Look at her knees hit Zelina Vega right in the sternum. Check this out. See if I can find it. It looked like it hurt for sure. Check this out. Ow. Look at this. Ow. Look at that. Ow. Bang. Bang. Look at her knees here right in the freaking. Oh, look at her hurt. Maybe it was more at the thighs, actually. Maybe the knees didn't hit. No, it did. It did. Look at the reaction of the ref. Look at the ref's reaction. She's concerned. Look. Bang. Look at the ref. Oh, wait. Are you okay? Okay? Look at her hurt. Look at her hurt. What's going on? What's going to be the final match announcement for Elimination Chamber? I'm not sure there will be another one. They may just do like 5 matches. Let's see, WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, 2024. Let me switch to this here. We have 4 matches. Wait. There's only 4? That's not right. The Judgment Day versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, right? Women's Elimination Chamber, Men's Elimination Chamber, Rhea versus Nia. I guess that's it. You have the Grayson Waller effect with Seth Rollins and Cody. But is that the only? That's it? There's only 4 matches. Wow. Well, the Kabuki Warriors are going to be in there. Going to be in Perth, along with Dakota Kai. I don't know why you bring them there if you're not going to have some type of segment. Because I saw they were advertising the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai for signings for like meet and greets in Perth. So they're going to be there. Maybe we'll have a Damage Control segment as well. Triple H has been interesting recently. He's really been focusing on quantity, not quality. Because the Royal Rumble was a long show. That was 4 matches. But I don't think the chamber match is going to be as long as those Rumbles. So, yeah, maybe the segment is going to be a big segment. Maybe there's something big is going to happen during that Grayson Waller effect. Because you saw that Grayson Waller was talking to Paul Heyman. So, maybe there's going to be some type of damage, Bloodline segment with that, right? Maybe, I don't know. But maybe they will add another match. Maybe, I don't know. Thought it was 5. Going 4 though. What else? What else happened? What else happened on SmackDown? I think I covered it all. They had that segment backstage where Liv Morgan said that tomorrow is gonna be interesting. What she meant was she thought they were doing the double taping then, so she recorded that statement thinking that was the double taping. It wasn't. So she said, "Oh, tomorrow should be interesting." Tomorrow as in next Friday, but that segment was actually recorded for this Friday. So she kind of got her Fridays mixed up there, which is kind of funny. But besides that, another interaction between Bianca and Tiffany. I do believe that is the Mania match, Tiffany versus Bianca. And nothing else beyond that. I think that's it. I just give a quick little look on Twitter to see. And that's it. I'll open it up to any last questions. Before I head on out. Tiffany Stratton. What do you think about the Rhea versus Nia Jax match? I think Nia Jax has been doing her best work of her career, and I believe that I think it will main event. I think the match will main event. I think they'll put on a good show. I'm hoping for Rhea's sake, because there's a lot of pressure on Rhea. A lot of pressure. This is a PLE in her home country where she may be the main event. There's a lot of pressure to put on a good show. I think they'll do fine. I believe after the match, after she wins, Becky Lynch will go out there and they'll have a face-off to end the show. That's my prediction. I think the Women's Chamber will open the show. Rhea Ripley will close the show. And Becky Lynch will come out. Her music will hit. She'll walk out there. She'll face off with Becky Lynch. Rhea will. And that'll be the program. Hey, guys, here it is. Becky won the Chamber. Rhea Ripley still champion. Here's another visual. Becky versus Rhea. And that's how the show will close. So that's what I believe. The Men's Chamber will probably main event. I don't think so. I think Rhea will main event. She's gonna be a massive star there. A massive, massive star. Bobby Lashley and Cross should promote their feud. I'm kind of down on that feud, honestly. I haven't been able to get into that feud yet. I don't know what it is. Maybe that will kickstart later on. I don't know why I don't care about the feud right now. I'm hoping eventually I'll get into it, but right now I don't really care about the Bobby Lashley feud with the Cross. Hopefully that'll change. Will Kyrie get a singles push in the distant future? Unfortunately, I don't think so. I think Kyrie will be in a tag team for a while. I don't see a major singles push for her unless they make some type of a mid-card title. I don't see Kyrie getting a big-time singles push anytime soon. Four matches, Nia Jax in the main event. If Perth paid for this, big money for this, which they did, they should be having words with TKO. No, because the show is going to be a sellout. As long as the butts are in the seats, Perth are not going to care. All right. The city of Perth wants to make money. They want to sell out that damn stadium. As long as the stadium is full, they're not going to care about the card. The fans might complain, but the people who pay the money, they're not going to care. They want publicity. They want attention. They want to show that West Australia is the place to go. They want events in West Australia. As long as that stadium is full, they're not going to care how bad the PLE is. I think the PLE will do well. Truly. I mean, look at this. Look at this match card. Star-studded. Star-studded. KO. LA Knight. Yeah. Drew McIntyre. Randy. Bobby. Logan Paul. These are stars. This match is loaded. The women's match. Tiffany Stratton. Liv Morgan. Bianca. Becky. Did I say Liv? Liv. Jade Cargill. Naomi. These are stacked matches. They're giving them the stars. You can't say they're not bringing out the stars. Now, Roman's not there, unfortunately. CM Punk is injured, unfortunately. But Cody will be there. Seth will be there. They're bringing the stars. I think it'll be fine. I think it will be fine. No need to worry about anything. I think things will be fine. All right, guys. Probably getting injured. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this tweet in real time. But yeah, Charlotte getting injured definitely ruined the plan for Bianca. If Charlotte was still healthy, it would be Bianca versus Charlotte at Mania, of course. Do I think the mid-card title will ever happen? Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. They barely have enough time for the women now. I don't know how you're going to factor in a mid-card title. No, not anytime soon. They would have to get rid of the tag team titles to do that, and I don't believe that's happening. So I would say no. I think that a mid-card title for the women is not happening anytime soon. Nope. That would be cool for Perth if Roman Reigns and The Rock show up for sure. That would be cool for them. Again, I think the show would be good regardless. But if they gave them The Rock, if Perth was smart, they would say, hey, we want The Rock. Which was reported that they did want The Rock. Which is why I'm surprised that none more people aren't talking about that. I think The Rock may actually show up there. Because there were reports that Perth requested The Rock to be there. So we'll see. I think he could very well be there with Roman. Not Roman, but... well, maybe Roman. If The Rock is there, why wouldn't Roman be there? That'd be weird. I think they could both be there for sure. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's it. Yes, it's going to be interesting. Jade Cargill will win the Battle Royal on Raw. I'll be shocked if anything else happened by that, but her winning. No any Hartwell, nothing like that, nothing stupid like that. She will win the Battle Royal. She will sign her contract, and she will be a Raw superstar. Okay, she eliminated Nia Jax at the Rumble. Nia Jax is on Raw. She was eliminated by Liv Morgan at the Rumble. Liv Morgan is on Raw. Right, it's all lining up. All right, folks, that is it for this stream. Thanks for joining. Oh man, I'm tired. Let me know in the comments what video you want me to do next. I think I'm probably gonna do one about Jade, probably. Maybe talk about Bianca's opponent, Tiffany Stratton. I think it's Tiffany time. I do believe Tiffany will be her opponent at Mania. But besides that, that's it. Thanks for joining. It's been a minute. I will talk to you guys later. Keep up.